Hello YouTube, this is Rhino Dan. Let's go make a video, shall we? Alright, so Jesse asked me what it takes to be a motorcycle racer champion. Well, let's get into this, shall we? I think we shall. Alright, cool. No, not a lot of ads here. So this is me riding about 3 years ago. Let me rewind it a little bit. This is a very dangerous street. I actually do okay here. So if you're a new rider and you did the MSF, you have a 1 on the skill scale out of 1,000. Me right here riding, I'm probably like an 18, maybe a 20 out of 1,000. MotoGP riders and Isle of Man riders are about 1,000. Not even champions, just the riders in MotoGP and Isle of Man are 1,000 skill level because they can do the most amazing things that street riders will never be able to do. The reason why this road's so dangerous, I'll show you coming up, like other than all these trees and no guardrails, is that if you make a mistake here, there's nothing but a cliff that just drops down for thousands of feet. I was going up a mountain. This is a mountain pass. You can't see, it looks flat, but I'm actually going up an incline right now. This road right here was extremely dangerous, and I'm trying to get a good picture of like looking down the side of the mountain. If I can get it, pause it, I can show you. Not really good. Let me see. Kinda, but if you fall off here, it's game over, you're dead. And so because of that, street riders have a different skill set than track riders do. Similar skills, similar from fundamentals. You still don't want to be tunnel visioning, you still don't want to be looking at this tree or off the edge here and flying off to your death. Still blind corners. But this road right here is definitely very technical, very difficult, and you're going to keep your speeds to a very safe speed unless you want to be dead. And survival instincts will kick in, and that's why, like, you can see that my RPMs are low. Like, I'm not going super fast. I'm just trying to keep it, fast enough to lean still, and I still blow corners, but it's a very hard road to be on from all the blind corners. Just so many things to lock onto and get tunnel vision on, or your death and your life is on the hinges on how well you can do this road. And having said that, it is tremendous as a street rider to have certain skill sets to be able to do that. And street riders do. But it doesn't mean that they're skillful. It just means that they can do certain things to survive. But on the track, your skill set has to be way better. And even on the street, more skills are better too. But the average street guy doesn't practice, doesn't train, doesn't want to go out and develop good skills. And that's why they're like 15 out of 20 out of 1,000. Like maybe 15 to 20 out of 1,000 skills. They're not like uber skillful. They're not great. You know what I mean? They're adequate. They survive. They get where they're navigating, but they're not great. And that's where you're at right now. You're a street rider. You're fast for the streets, but you're slow on the track. And let me show you what street riders look like on the track. They're very slow. So let me go show you what that looks like. Alright, let me find that video real quick. I think I had it like... I think it's this one. Alright. So here's a bunch of street riders. That guy right there is my track. He's a track rider. We got paired up together. So I'm in tow. And you can already tell like how, let me get this out of the way. You already can tell that the RPMs are up, the speed's up, the lean angles are more extreme. Everything about me riding right now is like way better than when I was on the street. I had to mold and transform and evolve. That takes time. It takes a willingness to destroy your ego. I realize you're slow on the track. You have so much to learn. You have to develop a sensation of speed, your ability for speed, your ability to go fast, your willingness to fight your inner demons, your fears, everything that's going to be transparent when you start going fast is going to show up, and it's going to be in Front Street, and you're going to have to combat it. You're going to have your instincts. Your instincts are going to tell you to hit the brakes, to chop throttle, do all these mistakes that you've been getting away with on the street because you haven't been going around corners fast. The faster you go around the corner and the faster you do these things, the more your mistakes can cause an accident. When you go around a corner slow like these guys right here, you have all this lean angle, you're just putting around, you're going really slow. Like these guys I'm about to pass real quick, they have no lean angle. Like right here, we're about to go corner. No, basically they went through like upright, the meat of their tire. Like he's basically on the most of his tire right now. He's not going fast. He's not gonna win any races. He's gonna get lapped probably about 7 times on the track by a good track rider. Even if he's on a leader bike or an R1 or the fastest bike in the world, Kawasaki H2. If you can't lean the bike and go around a corner quickly, you're gonna get lapped. And that's what the guy just did. I'm going to be lapping that guy all day long. And that's the difference here, is that you have to develop these skills and train yourself and transform from a street rider that was slow as hell to a fast track rider. And we're not talking about straight line speed. We're talking about cornering speed. Your ability to handle G-forces, your ability not to panic, your ability to flick the bike. There's a ton of skills you're going to have to learn. And that's the reason why MotoGP riders, Isle of Man riders are 1,000 and street riders are 15 or 20 best. I think the best street rider I've seen in person is probably like a 30. Right here in this video right here, I'm like about 300 out of 1,000. I did hit my max, was about 500 out of 1,000. And maybe I can show you guys a video on that down the road, like how much better I was. But there's so many things you have to do well. And the faster you go, you are literally pushing the envelope of physics and everything else. And you make these mistakes, it becomes multipliers. When you're going slow like these guys right here, they can chop gas, hit the front brake, hit the rear brake, do all the goofy things because there's no lean angle. They're safe. But the moment you got lean angles and speed and you're pushing the envelope, because that's what you do in racing, those mistakes crash. Those mistakes can kill. Those mistakes can leave you physically disabled for the rest of your life. And you're going to have to be able and willing to practice, to learn, to train, to get rid of these instincts that you have. All riders have these instincts. We all have them. I just eliminated them by training. I don't hit the gas. I don't chop gas. I don't hit the brakes. If you look at my RPM gauge, it's always going up unless I'm rolling off for the corner. I'm not in mid-corner rolling off. Once I'm committed, the RPM's going up. See how it's going up? I'm not like doing goofy things. I'm attacking the corner. Street riders, you're surviving the corner. Track riders, you're attacking the corner. Racers, very much so attacking the corner. That's the difference. And that right there is something, if you're willing, you're going to have to put a lot of effort and a lot of training to get to that level. And I just showed you the difference between a street rider and a racer. They're not in the same league. I don't care how fast you are on the streets, you're still slow. I don't care how fast you think you're going on the streets, a street rider, a track racer, a racer is going to dominate you. 100%. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That's my YouTube video. It's for Jesse. He wants to become a racer. I had to show you the difference between track riding and racing and why that transition's hard for people. It's going to be hard for you. It's not impossible. I've done it. But the skill set is very much different. And you have to be willing to put the work in. And it's going to require a lot of practice. I'll make another video explaining more of what I talked about. I just wanted to give you a comparison video of a decent street rider to a decent track rider, and I still wasn't at my max where I was at 500 when I stopped out of 1,000. So I was halfway to the goal. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice night.